I want you to picture two people at the exact same time on a Tuesday night. It's 10:30 p.m. Both of them just finished a grueling, stressful workday. Both of them are mentally drained, lying on the couch, staring at their phones to decompress. The first person opens an app. A few swipes later, they see a targeted ad for a kitchen gadget they didn't know existed 10 seconds ago. It's $45. They tap once. Face ID scans their face. The purchase is confirmed instantly. A quick dopamine hit washes over them. 5 minutes later, they buy a $60 sweater they saw an influencer wearing. 10 minutes later, a $30 subscription box. In 15 minutes, they spent $135 without even sitting up. The second person is equally exhausted. They see the exact same ad for the exact same kitchen gadget. They want it just as badly, but when they click buy, a prompt asks them to enter their 16-digit credit card number, expiration date, and security code. Their wallet is across the room in their coat pocket. They let out a sigh, lock their phone, and go to sleep. Same level of exhaustion, same desire, same income. But the first person is quietly draining their future, while the second person is keeping their money exactly where it belongs. This isn't a story about willpower, it's a story about friction. Today, I'm going to show you how a simple psychological boundary called the 48-hour rule will literally save you $10,000 this year, without requiring you to be a naturally disciplined person. Here is a financial truth the banking and retail industries desperately hope you never figure out. Your willpower is a battery, and by 10 p.m., it is completely dead. Most people who struggle with impulsive spending think there is something fundamentally wrong with them. They think they are weak, undisciplined, or just bad with money. They look at their credit card statement at the end of the month, see hundreds of dollars in random Amazon purchases, DoorDash orders, and Instagram ad buys, and they feel a deep, quiet sense of shame. But you aren't weak. You're just fighting a war you are biologically wired to lose. Every single day, you make thousands of decisions. What to wear, how to answer an email, how to navigate traffic, how to respond to your boss. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. Every choice you make drains your cognitive battery. By the time the evening rolls around, your prefrontal cortex, the logical, rational part of your brain that cares about your retirement account and your emergency fund, is entirely exhausted. It taps out. It hands the steering wheel over to your amygdala, the emotional center of your brain that only cares about feeling good right now. And waiting for you at the end of that exhausting day is a multi-trillion-dollar retail machine that has spent the last decade perfecting the art of frictionless spending. Frictionless spending is exactly what it sounds like. It's the ruthless removal of every possible obstacle between your desire and your money. Think about how you buy things today compared to 15 years ago. 15 years ago, buying a sweater at 10:30 p.m. required getting off the couch, putting on shoes, driving to a store, browsing racks, standing in line, interacting with a human, physically swiping a card, and driving home. That process was filled with friction. You had dozens of opportunities to ask yourself, do I really need this? Today, buying that same sweater takes a double click of a side button. Tech companies call this efficiency. Financial institutions call it convenience. But let's be brutally honest, it's not convenience, it's an ambush. They have weaponized your exhaustion. When you remove the friction from spending, you remove the consciousness from spending. You aren't buying things, you are reflexively reacting to stimuli. This brings us to the 48-hour rule. The 48-hour rule is a structural defense mechanism against a frictionless economy. It does not rely on your willpower because we've already established your willpower is an unreliable safety net. It relies entirely on environment design. The rule is violently simple. Whenever you want to buy a non-essential item, you are absolutely allowed to buy it. You just cannot buy it right now. You must wait exactly 48 hours from the moment of desire before completing the transaction. If you see a jacket you want online, add it to your cart, but you must close the tab and wait 48 hours. If you see a gadget at Target that wasn't on your list, you can have it, but you have to leave the store and come back in 2 days. Here is what happens during those 48 hours. The emotional spike that desperate manufactured urgency created by the marketing dissipates. Your amygdala calms down. Your prefrontal cortex gets a chance to rest, reboot, and actually look at the purchase objectively in the light of day. Now, let me prove to you the math behind the title of this video. I told you this rule will save you $10,000 this year, and I meant it. Let's look at the average American consumer who struggles with frictionless spending. Between random Amazon purchases, impulse clothing buys, tech gadgets they barely use, home decor from Target, and late-night food deliveries, the average impulsive spender leaks about $25 a day. $25 doesn't feel like a crisis. It feels like a minor indulgence. But $25 a day is $175 a week. That's $750 a month. That is $9,000 a year in pure, unadulterated impulse spending. Now add in the major impulse buys, the $400 television upgrade you didn't need, the $600 smartwatch you bought because you were bored, the extra $1,000 you spent on a vacation package because the booking site flashed a red banner saying only one room left. When you add the daily leaks to the major emotional purchases, you easily cross $10,000 a year. If you implement the 48-hour rule, research and anecdotal evidence consistently show that roughly 70 to 80% of impulse desires simply evaporate. If you force yourself to wait 2 days, 8 out of 10 times, you will look at the item in your cart and think, actually, I don't really care about this. You didn't have to use willpower to say no. Time said no for you. You just rescued $8,000 to $10,000 of your own income from disappearing into the void. To make the 48-hour rule work, you have to actively build friction back into your life. You have to break the machine. Step 1 is digital demolition. Right now, as soon as this video ends, I want you to go to your phone and delete every single retail app. Amazon, Target, DoorDash, Best Buy. Delete them all. You can still use these services, but you have to use them on a mobile browser. You have to type in the URL. Next, log into your browser settings and delete every saved credit card. Go to your Apple Pay or Google Wallet and remove the seamless integration for online checkouts. Make it so that every single time you want to buy something online, you have to physically stand up, walk to wherever your wallet is, pull out your physical card, and type the numbers in manually. That physical barrier alone will cut your spending by 30%. You will literally be too lazy to spend your own money. Step 2 is the parking lot strategy. When you are browsing online and you feel the urge to buy something, create a dedicated note on your phone. Call it the 48-hour parking lot. Write down the name of the item, the price, and the date and time you found it. Then close the browser. You are telling your brain, I am not depriving myself, I am just putting this in the parking lot. When 48 hours have passed, you are officially authorized to go buy the item. But what you will find is profound. Most of the items in your parking lot will start to look ridiculous after a day. The spell is broken. You will look at the $80 pair of shoes you wanted at midnight on Tuesday, and by Thursday morning, you will realize you already have 3 pairs that look exactly like them. The real power of the 48-hour rule isn't just the money you save. It is the identity shift you experience. When you stop relying on willpower and start relying on systems, you stop feeling like a victim of your own habits. You go from feeling out of control and financially anxious to feeling deliberate, grounded, and deeply intentional. You begin to realize that the things you actually want, the purchases that survive the 48-hour test bring, you genuinely enjoy. You enjoy them more because you chose them consciously. And the thousands of dollars you save? That money stops flowing to corporate profit margins and starts flowing into your emergency fund, your investments, and your freedom. You stop buying stuff and you start buying optionality. You start buying your future back. The financial game is rigged against your biology. Stop trying to out-willpower algorithms designed by billionaires. Reintroduce friction. Implement the 48-hour rule. Let time filter out the noise and watch what happens to your bank account this year. If this framework helped you see your spending in a new light, subscribe to the channel. We break down the hidden psychology of money every single week to help you build quiet, lasting wealth. I'll see you in the next one.